It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're talking right now about our four-legged friends, and you know how dog lovers groom their pooches for, these dog shows. For instance, trimming poodles to have pom-poms and so on. Well, listen to this, because Japanese dog lovers have gone cubist. Yep, they've actually taken grooming to a whole new level of strange by styling their dogs into perfectly trimmed and symmetrical cubes. I mean, seriously, it is the strangest thing if you just take a look at it, but perhaps it's not so strange if you consider that Japan is a country that just loves turning things into blocks. Like, I mean, these box houses that we all know about, and also the square watermelons that was quite a craze for a while as well. Now, they are so taken with the craze, and it's proved to be a big hit at this year's Tokyo Dog Show. But I mean, it's very strange if you look at it, a dog in a cube. But let us know what you think. Does it look cute? Connect with us on our social media pages on Facebook, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, also on Twitter at Expresso Show. And what do you think about these symmetrical cubed animals or pets? Very, very strange indeed. But right now we are sticking to the topic of our four-legged friends, and we need to make sure to look after our pets properly, especially when they start to get on in years. So how do we do that? Well, this morning we give you those tips.
They say that age is but a number, but as our furry friends grow older, I suppose it's inevitable that they may experience health issues along the way, as is the case with us humans. In order to help them age gracefully, Heels vet Dr. Guy Fyvie is here to answer some of your and our questions. Doc, good to have you back.
Morning. Yep.
With the whole family next to you there.
Yeah.
You can see Bussy is growing strong, but of course we're looking at the other end of the spectrum now.
Yeah.
And it's often heartbreaking for a human because you want to be able to help your pets through those, especially the more complicated issues, and we've got some great questions coming from our viewers. But I thought, just to set the scene, when do we consider our pets to be seniors, looking specifically at dogs and cats?
Okay, so I mean, the definition of senior in human terms is around about the age of 50, because what happens is the body cannot compensate as well as it used to. Okay. So, for example, if someone who's over 50 dehydrates, they don't bounce back as quickly as a young person. So same thing with dogs. So we look at around about 7 years for most dogs. The bigger they are, that's more like 5 years. Okay. The smaller they are, they live a little bit longer. And cats, it's also around about 7 years. So around about 7 years.
7 years, thereabouts.
Yeah.
We know that there are some common sort of inflictions that come through. What are some of the ones that stand out?
Well, as it is with humans, it's stuff that degenerates. So arthritis, osteoarthritis is a very common thing in older dogs. Obviously, cancer is an issue, and as our dogs are getting older and older, they're more likely to have that problem. Kidney disease is certainly something that we see a lot of, especially older cats often get kidney disease, and then diabetes, heart disease, liver disease. Those, a lot of conditions that are degenerative in nature.
All right, and there are answers, and of course we can keep them healthy. Very much the diet plays a massive role in that.
Absolutely. So one of the most important things that we look at is to maintain weight. Obviously overweight or obesity, especially as small puppies and kittens, comes through really when they're seniors. So you've got to try and keep their weight as stable as possible through their lives, and then you start protecting the kidneys, reducing phosphorus in the food, and various things that we do there. And then obviously the joints.
We've got some fantastic questions, actually. You can see some, I think, very caring pet owners as well, which kind of breaks your heart a little bit. But I'm going to start with Marika Greiling, who says, is it possible for a 9-year-old Rottweiler to die because his stomach had, in inverted commas, flipped over, and that caused heart failure? He had foam around his mouth and had difficulty breathing. I'm assuming someone has given her some kind of diagnosis. I don't think she would have reached that for that herself.
So there's a thing called a gastric dilatation and volvulus. So essentially what happens is the stomach does get some gas in it, and it turns and it twists on itself, and obviously then it doesn't. There's some serious side effects on that, because it also then starts blowing up because the gas can't move out, and that's what then puts pressure on the chest, on the heart. So it's not a heart attack per se, but essentially that is what's going to happen.
Then Esther Rose said, I'm very worried about my cat. He's 11 years old, so getting on now, drinks a lot of water, which means he goes to the toilet a lot too. He looks a bit lethargic and isn't as playful as he used to be. What do you think could be wrong with him?
Okay, so
11 years old.
11 years old, yeah. So certainly you're starting to look at some of those older diseases. Let's start with the being lethargic. Obviously, any disease will cause that, but we often see cats, older cats especially, that have osteoarthritis, that have arthritis in their joints. They don't show pain, but the signs we see is that they slow down and they don't jump. So when your older cat is like that, and it's weird because 90% of cats that are over 12 have signs of arthritis, but they don't show the pain. So what they do is they slow down.
Okay.
On the other side, obviously all the disease, and the most common one then in cats is kidney disease.
Okay.
And kidney failure, the signs are absolutely that. Drinking or urinating more and therefore drinking more, not eating properly, and slowing down and not feeling very happy with life.
All right, so get into a vet ASAP.
Absolutely. I mean, and the great thing about cats is, with kidney disease is that if we get it early enough, we can prolong the quality and the length of life quite dramatically. And food there is, again, the mainstay of what you would do.
All right.
Yep.
One last word to leave with owners of senior pets?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the point is we know that they've really become very much part of the family, and you get to know them really well. So I think you need to look at any of these sort of signs. So eating and drinking more, lumps and bumps, pain, all those things. You need to do something about it because you can improve the quality and the length of life. But the quality is really what we're talking about. So keep checking up on them and take them in for checkups to your vet. Keep vaccinating them because that's the other thing is that as they get older, their immune systems don't work quite as well. So really use the vet, go to the vet and make sure that they are having their checkups yearly.
All right, Doctor, thank you so much. Well,
Pleasure.
I think we know that the basic truth here is that you know your pet better than anyone else. If you pick up those behavioral changes, make sure that you speak to a professional, make sure you're feeding them the right diet. As Doc says, there are ways that we can really improve the lifespan, but also the quality of life of the pets that we love so much.
Has the pain of arthritis slowed your dog or cat down? Ask your vet about your free bag of Hill's Prescription Diet JD today.